Manchester United won, Rayo Vallecano won. The final game of pre-season for Erik ten Hag ends in a draw. Steph, what do you think Erik ten Hag would have learnt from today?
I think he would have learnt some stuff. I think one of the most important things that he would have learned is just the lack of depth, like in our squad as a whole. I mean, I know this is supposedly the B side that he was playing today, but even so, I feel like there are certain areas, like particularly in our attack, even with our B squad, like we're just lacking. Like we're lacking so much. And don't get me wrong, Ahmad came on second half as a sub and scored. So, of course, like that's a bonus. But for me, just as a whole, like that front area is seriously lacking. And that's a concern of mine, and I think it will be a concern for Erik ten Hag.
Cristiano Ronaldo, now we don't know at the time of recording, must be said. There are some reports on social media saying he left before the full-time whistle. They're unconfirmed. By the time you see this, it might have been completely debunked. Let's talk about Ronaldo's performance first. Let's talk about how he played. Mm-hmm. You mentioned during the stream that he didn't look fit and up to it.
Came off had to be really important. Sorry to cut you off, Ian. I'm stressing the match fitness, because I think a couple of people in the comments assumed that I was talking about how many abs he's got by talking about fitness, but I'm talking about match fitness. And yeah, like Owen, you said, I commented, it was really noticeable to me anyway. He didn't look 100% ready. Didn't look match fit. Wasn't surprised that he got subbed off at half time. Not necessarily because of his performance, but because of his match fitness. But what really piqued my attention was when we were watching with the live view, the match view, is his little tete-a-tete with. Well,
you mentioned it at the time, and I at the time was saying, I think they're just chatting. But now, if those reports are to be believed, is there more to it?
I think there was body language. I'm not a body language expert, but there was a lot of flailing arms, a lot of facial expressions. Didn't look like the best exchange of words, but...
What could they be talking about, though? Do you think that would be him be so angry about? It's his first pre-season fixture. It's Ten Hag's final one. What conversation? Do you think it'd be a case of Ten Hag wanting more at half-time, Ronaldo pushing back? I mean, we don't know. We don't know. It's speculation, but what do you think it would be?
Pure speculation. I think Erik ten Hag would have wanted more and from Ronaldo, despite his lack of match fitness. But I think, Ronaldo's response to that would have been, well, look at the shit you've got me playing with. But let's not go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah. No, I agree. Let's talk about the new signings. Of course, both started today. Lisandro Martinez and Christian Eriksen. Start off with Martinez. What do you think of him today? Looked composed at the back.
Really composed, really confident. And I noticed that he was quite vocal with the backline in the first half, which I really liked. Something that I think we can both agree that we're lacking. We don't really have. Maguire's our captain. He's not very vocal, and Varane was quite quiet. Even though he was the captain, he didn't really seem. Don't get me wrong. Varane, Rolls Royce. He's assured on the ball. He kind of, most of the time he knows where to be. He's a great, solid defender. But vocally, he wasn't as commanding of the back line as Martinez. And Martinez, this is his first match.
And you commented about his sort of passion and tenacity a couple of times.
Yeah, I'm just really happy. Really, really happy with the signing. Don't get me wrong, I'm not jumping on the bandwagon of being overly positive. I'm not going to do a Marcel, but no, just really good. Really excited to see him play more and more. Hope he starts against Brighton. But yeah, it's going to make a huge difference, I think.
And Eriksen, finally, played yesterday, came on, started today, came off around 60 minutes, so it's nearly 90 minutes overall. Again, do you think he starts next weekend, and what does he bring?
I hope he starts next weekend, but just casually hops on a flight to Oslo, casually next day plays his second game in 2 days in different countries. I just confidence. Again, I don't want to be... overly positive, but for me, it's okay, he played with a different set of players yesterday and he was solid, and he played different set of players today and also equally as comfortable. I think there were a couple of occasions where It was almost as if he was thinking one step ahead of like the other players on the pitch. So he would be seeing passes before anyone else saw them, putting the ball, like dropping the ball into spaces. But none of our other, like our younger players, they weren't really reading the game as he would read the game. But specifically about him, really positive, loving it.
Well, there you go. Final draw in the final pre-season game. Bring on Brighton next week.